One scream, three shadows, and a shattering glass. Before anyone could react, the quiet waitress was already moving. The restaurant sat on the corner of downtown's glass district, polished marble floors, quiet jazz, and waiters moving like clockwork. It was the kind of place where everyone whispered, where even laughter sounded expensive. At a corner table, three men in leather jackets watched a lone diner. The man with the steel gray hair and custom watch that cost more than their cars. The billionaire, Thomas Hale, known for firing half a city's workforce in a single merger, was quietly stirring his coffee. Behind the counter, a waitress named Lena refilled cups with practiced calm. She noticed things, small things. The way one man's hand trembled near his pocket, the heavy silence between their jokes, the faint smell of cologne that didn't belong to day laborers. Outside, thunder rolled. Inside, time slowed. Something about that table felt wrong, like a scene waiting for sound to break it. The first sound was the scrape of a chair, then the crash of glass. One of the men lunged, grabbing Thomas by the collar. The restaurant froze, forks midair, conversations cut in half. Lena didn't scream, she simply moved. Years of training she'd buried under an apron came back like muscle memory. She slipped between tables, her tray clattering to the floor. The second man reached for something, a knife maybe, but she was already there, twisting his wrist with a motion too quick for the eye to follow. Thomas gasped, half in shock, half in disbelief. The third attacker swung wildly. Lena ducked, swept his leg, and sent him crashing into a chair. It all happened in less than 10 seconds. When it was over, silence hung heavier than fear. The customer stared at her, this quiet waitress who moved like a ghost trained for battle. Her hands shook, not from fear, but from recognition. She hadn't wanted to use that part of herself again. The police sirens wailed in the distance, but Thomas just looked at her, eyes wide, a faint tremor in his voice. "Who are you?" he whispered. She didn't answer, just picked up her fallen tray and said softly, "Someone who still believes people can change." When the police took the men away, the restaurant slowly exhaled. The sound of rain returned, gentle against the glass, like nothing had happened. But everyone knew something had changed. Thomas sat quietly, his untouched coffee now cold. The billionaire who once measured life in profit margins had just been saved by someone society never noticed. A waitress who carried scars of a life she'd left behind. Service, discipline, restraint. He looked around at the people staring, realizing how often he'd sat in rooms like this without seeing anyone. Lena didn't want gratitude. She only wanted silence again. The kind that comes after doing what's right, even when no one understands why. That night, Thomas issued a memo to his company. Not about numbers, about people. About the invisible ones who keep the world steady while others destroy it. Sometimes heroes don't wear badges or suits. Sometimes they wear name tags and carry coffee cups. If this story touched you, take a moment to look closer at the people who move quietly through your day, the barista who remembers your order, the cleaner who never complains, the waitress who might just save a life without ever asking for credit. Hidden struggles exists for stories like these, where strength hides behind silence and humanity shines in unexpected places. Every story seen is a chance to remind the world that worth isn't measured by money, titles, or fame. It's measured by heart. Share this story. Leave a comment for those who keep showing up when no one's watching. Because empathy begins when we start to see. Because every story seen is one less struggle ignored.